How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Ace. Today, I am once again joined by Brando.
Yo.
And today, we are checking out Rush's Xanadu, which was highly requested. And I'm expecting good things.
Oh, yeah. Me too. I mean, I haven't heard this song in a long time, but we're in for a good one.
I have never heard it. So, because I've only really ever heard the ones on the radio, which would be like Limelight, Tom Sawyer, Spirit Radio.
Yeah. For some reason, radio stations don't tend to play 13-minute Rush songs for whatever reason. I don't know.
Yeah, playing songs longer than 5 minutes is a rarity. You have Bohemian Rhapsody for one. You'll have a couple of Tool songs, which the most recent one that I can think of is Fear Inoculum. It was like a 10, almost 11-minute song, which almost unheard of. But it's Tool, and somehow, for whatever reason, they get away with it.
Yeah, because they're Tool. Yeah. Rush should get away with it, though.
I think they could. From what I understand, and I think what we talked about in a previous reaction, they didn't push to get music necessarily on the radio because that's not what they were about.
Yeah, they were. I think there's a story about a record producer or somebody saying like you should make more singles, more nice 3-4 minute songs, and then they made 2112, which is a concept album that is like all 10+ minute long songs basically.
So I don't think I've ever heard this one. So I'm expecting good things. It says live in Montreal, so it's in Canada. So right at home for you.
That's right.
Well, I say we get into it, but before we start, don't forget to like and subscribe. It's cool. It's free. Tells me I'm doing the right thing, going in the right direction, all those good things. Don't forget to check the description of the video as well. There's a lot of cool things in there. All our socials are in there. Go over there and say hi. Hello. If you're interested in doing a priority request, there's a Buy Me a Coffee link. The link to the video we reacted to is also in there. And without further ado, Rush, Xanadu. Here we go.
Let's do it.
The question that you tend to ask the most often is, what if? I think if you had to simplify a motivation or simplify a moving force in our music, that would probably suffice.
Okay, wow.
Wow.
There's so much happening in
Oh
this.
man. I
I
mean, we could speak for hours on just what we watched so far.
I'm like astounded. Like I don't know if this song is like just a 12-minute or almost 13-minute instrumental song, but
No,
I
it's not, but I don't remember what the song's about, to be honest. And
okay.
honestly, like I'm sure you guys in the comments will know more than me, but half the time I have no idea what the Rush song is actually about. It just sounds cool. It's sci-fi, sometimes it's like
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just cool.
I so like there was a lot of tempo changes in this, but like the first chunk of it, it just sounded very like very outer space, what we consider outer space, like aliens and things like that.
Yeah, sort of sci-fi, kind of ethereal, kind of
Yeah.
mysterious. You had the smoke machine going, you had the
Mhm.
synths.
Yeah, and like for a bit, I thought Geddy Lee was doing all the synth noises with the keys and everything, but then they pan over to Alex, who's playing guitar, and I guess he's really the one doing the synth sounds with his guitar and probably one of the pedals.
Yeah, he's got a guitar pedal. Don't know which pedal that would be.
Yeah,
But Getty, I think he was doing something with the dials there. So
yeah,
he was making some sounds too
yeah,
with the synths and the dials.
for
So I
sure.
think between the two of them, they
They
were
were,
bringing some
yeah.
sci-fi vibes.
It was like it was a full sound between the two of them. They each contributed to that,
Yeah.
and
And
then
then I mean the pace started to pick up
mhm,
and
change a
we had
lot.
some cool riffs.
Yeah. Like there's I lost count how many tempo changes. Like it just there's too many.
Yeah, it's impressive that they're able to be so tight as a band. You know, they're obviously very well rehearsed and
Mhm.
they've done their homework and they've done, they've been in the shop making sure their timing is perfect and it really shows. I
Yeah.
love like their riff like between Getty and Alex Lifeson. Like they're both playing the same riff, one on bass, one on guitar, but they're
Mhm.
just so perfectly in sync with each other.
Yeah. Yeah, they were. I like they got right up like against each other, just playing and just vibing off each other
Having
and
fun.
everything. Yeah.
Obviously Neil Peart, the greatest percussionist of all time, in my opinion. I mean, I don't know who else would even be close. He's laying it down. He's got two full drum kits worth of things to hit, plus the
Yeah.
chimes and everything. I mean, that's just classic Neil Peart, though.
Yeah, like so many sets of chimes. There, I'm pretty sure there's like a triangle or two in there floating around
Oh yeah, of
somewhere.
course.
He's using different like not even just the drumsticks to like he's using other. I think I saw like a little hammer thing to hit the chimes with and everything.
Amazing.
It's yeah. There's so much happening back there and just how fast he was going on the drums at times too. It's
One question
unreal.
we were wondering, and this is put out to the folks. Maybe you guys can leave it down in the comments below.
Mhm,
Right at the beginning, there was a voiceover.
mhm.
There's some guy speaking. What is that from? Because I'm not sure what that's from. If anybody knows,
Yeah.
let Ace and I know. We'd love to know.
What that's from, and is
Yeah,
it one of the members of the band speaking it, or is it from a movie or TV show or whatever?
yeah, exactly.
We also mentioned the artwork at the beginning looked really cool,
Yeah, very cool.
and then they showed the mountain with the lightning or the wave with the lightning bolt like crashing in and everything. I thought that was pretty cool as well.
Yeah.
But the going back to the sci-fi element of the music and everything, y'all probably don't have this in Canada, but there's a few places here in the States called Meow Wolf. And what
Yeah,
it
we don't have
is,
that. I don't know what that is.
okay. What it is like this exhibit that you can go in and like and just look around and everything. It's very artsy. It's very it looks very sci-fi esque. There's a lot of really obscure things there and everything, and the music there is kind of similar. It's got the same vibe as the beginning of the song. So
Oh,
you
okay.
really feel like you're out in just like an alien planet and everything.
That's cool.
Yeah. So shout out to Meow Wolf on that one.
There you go.
But yeah, I this is absolutely bonkers.
Hey, it's
We're
Rush, man. What do you
it
expect, right?
it is. It does not feel like we're 6 minutes into this thing. It feels like maybe three.
Yeah, it's gone by quick actually. It's just I've been, You know, I've been loving every second of it. Like, it's just, you don't know what is coming next, and I'm excited to see the rest.
I am too, very much, and I'm ready to check out the rest of it. So I say we get back to it. So here we go. So, I don't know where to start with this, to be honest.
I mean, what's there to say? It's Rush, dude. It's Rush.
All
They're
right,
amazing.
that wraps it up. So thanks for watching. Bye.
Thanks, guys. Yeah. Rush is amazing.
That was really fun to watch. Let's start with that. You know,
Fun to watch, fun to listen to. It's just such an epic song. It's just so fun.
There's a lot happening with it too. Like once they started singing, which yes, we finally got to the lyrical portion of the song and everything, and no clue what the song is about.
Well, I pulled up the lyrics.
Okay.
And I also have no clue.
So
what's a Xanadu?
Even looking at the lyrics, it doesn't. There's not a lot of context clues and everything. So if y'all have any idea what Xanadu is about, we would love to learn that. You know,
would love to know. Write in the comments below. I mean, I've heard this song like a few times before, and as it goes with Rush, I often don't actually understand the lyrics, you know, beyond me. But for you guys out there that do know, let us know, please.
Yes. Yeah, it would definitely help a lot. It would help us understand like why we had so many different tempo changes. Yeah, the time signature is all over the place in portions of the song. And like, because looking at someone like Pink Floyd, who has like I think it's like a 7/8 like time signature when you're doing, I think it's Money, with that
Money.
that bass going. And with this one, like we were both discussing, like, we don't know how to bob our heads to this one. So it's like
it's so hard to bob my head to it because it kept changing.
Yeah, it did. And I just was like, I have to kind of just sit here and just be in awe and like in everything instead of just be able to vibe to it. It's this is kind of a hard song to vibe to, you know, with the head bopping and everything. But
that's true.
So we didn't speak before on the first portion of this, but both Alex and Getty both have a double neck guitar, like a double neck guitar and a double neck bass, which I didn't even know there was a double neck bass. I didn't know that was a thing.
But it's cool. I think it's a bass on the top and a guitar, like a 6-string on the bottom, from what I saw.
Yeah, and I'm not for sure. I could be wrong on this, but I think Jimmy Page was one of, if not the first, to utilize a double neck guitar. Like
that would make sense.
I think it was made specifically for him, and then, you know, in the 70s, and then, you know, because this is the 80s, so it's, you know, some time has passed. Other musicians obviously are able to use it and everything. So yeah, I mean, it's still incredible, like, because obviously doing a 12 and a 6-string guitar, like it's beneficial to have them both with you at the same time, so you can do different things in the same song. So you don't have to grab multiple guitars, because that would be obviously very time consuming to swap them out and everything. So it makes
and when you have 13-minute songs that are as complex as this one, you know, it calls for it. So hey.
So yeah, we have Geddy Lee's guitar pulled up, like we have a still frame, and yeah, I mean it definitely looks like a bass on the top and a regular guitar on bottom, which is even more chaotic than I thought, because I thought it was two different basses. So at least that's what it looks like. If for whatever reason he has a standard bass on top and a 6-string bass on the bottom, let us know too. Because like
it would be crazy.
It would be crazy, which I don't know if a 6-string bass exists. I'm sure it does.
Probably does.
I know 5-string basses exist. I've seen a couple of them. But yeah, I mean, this is what's the, I can't even think of a word for it right now. It's unbelievable, you know. How Alex and Geddy were both like bumping each other on stage. They were just like, you know, like playing off each other at first, like, because I think Alex kind of shoved Geddy like playfully. I thought they were gonna maybe start fighting, just maybe a little.
If anything, they would pretend. They would literally have a mock fight on stage. I could totally see them doing that. They seem like the kind of guys that would do that. Yeah. Speaking of that, though, instrumentally, I love how they play off each other too, because in times where Geddy is playing the riff, you know, the main riff of the song, Alex, if he's not also playing the riff, he's giving him space. He's playing like a few chords, like giving him space. And they just vibe with each other so well. I mean, the three of them in general
Mhm.
play off each other so well. That's what makes them such a strong band, I
Yeah,
think.
they work so well together. And looking at Alex's guitar techniques, I recently reacted to Rory Gallagher, who is kind of cited as one of the greatest guitarists you've never heard of.
Mm,
And a lot of musicians take inspiration from him, and Alex is one of them. And just looking at some of the strumming techniques and how he like holds the guitar and moves his finger up and down on the fretboard, I can see some of the techniques that Rory Gallagher did in that as
yeah.
well.
It's so fun seeing musicians you love and then seeing the musicians they love
Mhm.
and the inspiration that comes from them. You know what I mean? Seeing
Yeah.
the artists that inspired your favorite artists.
Mhm.
It's really fun to sort of trace that back and see where they got these techniques from.
Exactly. And not only that, but he's taking that technique and he's kind of working in his own version of that. So he's making it his own, which
Yeah,
is that
100%.
that's the sign of an amazing musician.
Yeah, definitely.
And I really love this performance because they have multiple cameras on this, obviously, because they
Right.
keep cutting around and everything. I'm so glad that in the 80s they started doing this because in the 60s and 70s they didn't because I guess it wasn't as important to showcase everything.
Yeah.
But because Rush is so great because they're all equally as good,
Yeah,
no
for
no,
sure.
no one is better than another on stage. They're able to showcase all three of them.
They're all
And
masters of what they do. Yeah.
exactly. There's other videos where they'll cut briefly to one musician and then they'll focus on the rest of them. They didn't do that here. We got equal parts of all three of them.
Yeah, for sure. As it should be with this amazing trio of guys.
Yes. And at the very end, we got a little glimpse of the crowd, which was huge.
Yeah, big crowd obviously to support their band, the boys.
Yes.
So, love to see it.
Yeah. So I always like seeing like at least one or two shots of the crowd just to get a scope
Yeah.
of how large this audience was, and it looked fairly large. We didn't get to see the whole audience, but we can kind of surmise an idea.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, I really love this performance. This like Rush is amazing. I'm really liking reacting to Rush in addition to all the other ones that we've been able to react to on this channel. And
For
I
sure.
definitely would not mind checking out more. If y'all have any suggestions or anything we should know about Rush or this performance or anything, definitely drop it in the comments below. Would love to check that out. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It's cool. It's free. Tells me I'm doing the right thing, going in the right direction. All those good things. Don't forget to check the description of the video as well. There's a lot of cool things in there. All our socials are in there. You go over there and say hi. Hello.
Oh.
The release schedule always drop a couple of days early on the socials, so if you want a sneak peek as to what's coming out the following week, that's the best way to do that. If you're interested in doing a priority request, there's a Buy Me a Coffee link. The link to the video we reacted to is also in there, and I think that is about it for this reaction. Check out the next one. Bye, guys.